2. It's ya boy. And you are my starting 5. Well, folks, I have a little bit to say right now. I feel disrespected. As anyone may know, I am a New York Knicks fan, and I feel disrespected. Not by James Dolan, not by Scott Perry or Leon Rose, or even the New York Knicks team for that matter. Well, I'm disgusted at Stephen A. Smith, and also I am disgusted at Spike Lee, who's also my cousin, but we're not going to talk about that right now. Let me be honest. Over the last few hours, I've debated this. I went against it. I really didn't want to do it, but I feel like it needed to be said. Leave James Dolan alone. And when I say leave James Dolan alone, I mean that in the most sincere way. For the last 5 years, mainly 2 years, we've seen Charles Oakley go at James Dolan. We've seen Stephen A. Smith go at James Dolan. We've seen Max Kellerman turn his back on James Dolan and the Knicks. And now he's running with Jeannie Buss in the Los Angeles Lakers. How unloyal is that? But what I must say is, the situation at hand, and I'm pretty sure you guys want to know the reason why I'm mad. Well, last night, when the Knicks were giving the Houston Rockets the good old butt whooping that they deserve, we seen that Spike Lee had an incident where the security escorted him to his seat. We later learned, and let me not skip one part. After that, we seen him talk to James Dolan, and they seemed like everything was okay. The next day, what did we see? We seen Spike Lee take himself to First Take and bash James Dolan and the Knicks, and bash the security who were doing their job. Now, I must say this, we all love Spike Lee, and we know that he has a hand in the New York Knicks. I've seen this guy walk up and down the court like he was the coach of the New York Knicks. So you know that he has respect from the New York Knicks. But what he did last night was a travesty. He took it upon himself to walk into an employee entrance where he was not supposed to be. And when the security guards seen him, what did they do? They escorted him back to his seat. Well, Spike Lee didn't like that. Spike Lee said, I'm paying $3,000 per ticket per game, and I feel like I should be in the skybox with all the food. I feel like I should be able to lay down on the middle of the court while the game is going on if I wanted to. Well, Spike Lee, it's not like that in New York City. It's not like that with the New York Knicks. as a fan, you should show more respect to James Dolan. He lets you get away with anything that you want when you're in Madison Square Garden. Not one time except for that time have you ever been disciplined in Madison Square Garden. Why would you take it all the way to Stephen A., a person who lies and say that he's a fan of the New York Knicks, when really he's a Laker lover behind the curtain? There's no way you should be talking to him about it. All this man does is bash the Knicks. We've seen R.J. Barrett go off this season, and not once has Stephen A. gave him the credit he deserves. He did say that James Dolan keeps his nose pretty much out of the New York Knicks team scene and leaves it up to the president. But that still doesn't take on the fact that he wants James Dolan to bend over backwards for anybody who's supposed to be a New York Knicks fan. Well, Stephen A., it doesn't work like that in New York City. You can go back to Queens with that in Madison Square Garden. And I must say this, folks, because I feel like everyone else is scared to say this to Stephen A. Stephen A., you are not a New York Knicks fan. You are not a part of the organization. You shouldn't even be talking about the Knicks. And that is from my heart. Spike Lee, get it together, brother. And I don't want to hear nobody say nothing about nothing. I just want to say this, and I had to let it be known. Stephen A. is not a New York Knicks fan. He's a New York Knicks hater. He doesn't say anything. He doesn't even want New York Knicks to be good, because then he wouldn't have nothing to complain about. And so he'll make up anything inside of his heart he loves for the New York Knicks to stink. Why? Because it gives him a reason to bash him. I think he's mad because he never got a job for the New York Knicks to be one of the top reporters. He's not the Mike Breen of the New York Knicks. He's not the Walt Clyde Frazier of the New York Knicks. For heck, he's not even the Alan Hahn of the New York Knicks. So Stephen A. needs to just stay where Stephen A. stays, and that's on First Take. Well, folks, I know you heard me say a lot of bad things right now. I know you're probably saying, well, this guy's in his feelings. But me being a New York Knicks fan, and I apologize, guys, if you hear the rain. I just had to record this wherever I recorded it, because I needed for it to be known. So I apologize for the rain. But I must say, and I must say it now, for anybody, do not listen to Spike Lee nor Stephen A., especially not Stephen A. Don't even listen to ESPN when it comes to the Knicks, because we all know that Rachel Nichols hates the New York Knicks. We already know that Amin hates the New York Knicks. We already know that the majority of the reporters use the Knicks as their laughing stock. Not once do they want anything positive to come out of the New York Knicks organization. So, let me know. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And remember, you are